Hi people, Andrew here, and welcome to another episode of the Untrue Geordie. It's been a little while since I've given this one a crack, so let's have a quick recap where I just finished the league third. Yeah, I remember rightly. Yeah, could have won the league if I'd won all my last games, um, but I didn't. So the second season's done. Players are developing nicely. The squad's coming together. I need a couple more players. I'll make some acquisitions very soon, I guess. A little update for me on a formation I tried, and it may not work, but I'm going to give it a try because I've noticed in certain games when people pack the midfield, the amount of possession my centre mids get is smaller. So I've made a small tweak, and it's this: I've pushed my fullbacks in the centre mid to receive the ball to centre halves to then give the ball to the centre mids to give more numbers in centre midfield because we know in CM fullbacks generally don't do as much as they should. And if you haven't bombing forward, you tend to concede a lot more than I like, for sure. And without the fullbacks sitting and being in a position to provide the wingers, I may as well have the wingers pushed on receiving from the centre mids, who now should get more of the ball. So hopefully it will help me in possession. I shouldn't have to go mixed as much because it is going to be more attacking. Players in more forward positions and a more possession-based game. So I'm going to give it a go, and we'll see what happens. Maybe it works, maybe it don't, but that's my plan for this session. Um, yeah, okay, and yeah, I'm gonna get on with the transfers and stuff, and I'll do the same format as I did last time, where I'll update you as I go along rather than recording the whole thing. So I'll speak to you guys very soon. All right, guys. Bye. Hey, people, we're back. So got into the beginning of the season, done all my transfers, got it all cracking on. So yeah, let's give you an update, I guess. So Champions League qualifying round, we got an horrendous draw. Honestly, couldn't really have been much worse from what I saw. We got Roma, AS Roma, over two legs. So first leg we played really well with this new shape. Um, yeah, a really nice performance. Unlucky not to get a win there, to be honest. I didn't start all my new players, but in fact probably should do that first. But oh fuck it, we'll do the fixtures. Then we had away to Everton, 1-1-0, got out there with a win, that's fine early in the season. Then we beat Roma at home 1-0, another good performance, solid. So we're through to the group stages. And then this came along against Hull, newly promoted Hull, I think newly promoted, played quite well. Had to go attacking because they actually started off like a house on fire in the first half, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I went attacking, got one back, but I lost, so starting to believe there maybe not that shape may have some problems with that formation. I don't know. Don't know if it's the formation or maybe just bad performances. I don't really know. But yeah, we were shat. We were rubbish. Sub my keeper. I started off with a killing goal, but he got flu, so I brought in Sells, and he had a good game against Everton, so I left him in, and then he played shit against Hull, so I've taken him back out. Signings, right. Let's go to ins and outs. Let's go to outs first. Proper clear out. So you know that from the last session. So he left on a free. No one wanted him, and he's not good enough, so we just let him go on a free. Mitrovic gone. He wanted stupid wages when he was at us, and I was fed up with his moaning, to be honest. And he's not quite good enough, even though he's useful. We've got 15.5 plus 25% in, which is nice. Emerson, I hadn't transfer listed him yet, and Roma came in for 8 million at the time, and I was like, well, I'm probably looking to get rid of him, so I asked for a player exchange, and they came back with 15 million plus 25%. So I took that, a lovely 15 mil, 8.5 for Darlow from Fulham, third/fourth choice keeper. I'll take that. You went on a free, yeah, no worries. Curtis Good, another one. I was just looking to clear the decks, really. Not good enough, and he was unhappy. He's 26, he's jumping at 10, his work rate at 9, so we just got rid of him with 25%. And Bemba, see, I'm trying to get better defenders in. He's not even the worst one I have or had, But again, I just wanted to raise some funds to get better ones in. 12.25 from Bemba, plus 25% again from Porto, which is pretty decent. Lascelles, no one wanted him. Nobody wanted Lascelles. Judging at the money I got for the other players, that is pennies, really. But I mean, the fact he's got the Scunthorpe tells you how few teams wanted him. I got 25%, so I may get, if he goes for 8 mil, I may get close to 6-7 mil altogether for him. But yeah, I just again clearing the decks. Chambers. Now this is, I transfer listed him, right, and Besiktas came in. And I did a part X just to try and get more value for money. And they actually offered the player, which sucked. And I cancelled the contract offer for the player, and they still were willing to give me the 5.25. And I'll be honest, I was happy to take 5.25 plus 25% because he has not developed at all compared to a lot of the other lads. And I'm buying a new right back. And he rejected the move, and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. So I left it, I retransfer listed, I left it. And then Besiktas came back, and so did Brighton. And this time I asked for their most valuable player plus 25%. Last time I actually offered for a younger player who I thought had more potential, but they actually offered him. This time I asked for the most valuable player plus 25. They didn't offer me the player, and they came straight back with 18 million. 18 million pounds. I couldn't believe it. And I thought, what if he rejects? What if he rejects that offer? I'm gonna cry. So I actually did something a bit unmoral and a bit harsh. I took him off the transfer list and I disciplined him for no reason whatsoever, just to upset him, and then retransfer listed him, and he went. And I feel right arsehole for doing it, but 18 million, man, Jesus, and 25%. So yeah, Chambers Chambers is gone. Hayden, another one. No one really wanted him. So he went to Brentford for fairly little money and 25%. So we've raised 77 million. Now the ins, unbelievably, I managed to get Gabriel Jesus from Man City. Man City had a bit of a clear out actually because Sané went to Liverpool. Yeah, I got Jesus. Sané went to Liverpool, unbelievably. What a signing that is. Not that. Oh, it's only those two. I thought I saw a lot more. Oh, Silva went on the free, Zikovic. So there are a few players gone, but yeah, I thought it was more. But yeah, but I can't believe I got Jesus. 38.5 million is a decent amount for this player. It's on a 12-month long deal as well, so I'm not paying all that up front. Wages are reasonable, and yeah, proper, decent strike forward. Another one, 28 million for Henriks, but he's 22. He's one of the best fullbacks in the game. I wanted to get him in now. I got selling Chambers for the money I got him. He's another one that was on 12-month offer deal, so I won't pay that all up front. It'll be staggered over the year, and hopefully I'll make that money back from the Champions League and stuff. But a really good right back / cover at left back if I need. Tierney. Now I really struggled to see a decent left back. I had a few interested. Carrick went to PSG, so he's normally my go-to left back to get. Rodriguez, they wanted like AC Milan, who's a good left back, like over 20 odd million, and I'll be honest, he's 26, turning 27 soon, and his stats are good, but I wouldn't say they're a million times better than Tierney. And I know Tierney has some potential, and there just wasn't a lot out there really. I know Amavi from Villa had a £500,000 release clause, right? And I was tempted to go for him, and I left it because he isn't quite at the level I want. And then Man U came in and got him for 500k, and paid 70 grand wages for it. So I'm starting to think maybe he might have been the choice, but I'm not a big fan of him, to be honest. Determination 14 is acceptable but low, jumping's acceptable but low. And I just want to see how Tierney can do. He wasn't a lot of money, Tierney, at 12 million. I paid that up front because it wasn't a great sum of money. And he's got some really nice stats and some really nice potential. And I thought as well, as I was playing, or I am playing this, it may come in handy the position he plays, you know. Anyway, so Tierney's in. Engels, another really nice bit of business. 12.25 million, or 12.75 million. But his stats are exactly what I wanted from a defender. Work rate, I'd like to be higher, but you know, you can't have everything when he's that value for money, that age. So delighted with that signing. And after this guy came later, as you can see the date, he was the last signing I made, and they wanted far, far greater amount of money than I wanted to pay. But I just sold Chambers and players like this for silly money. I've got a lot of money, like 91 million in the bank, and I've made all my signings pretty much. And I know a lot of that will go over the course of the year because these three, the big three signings I made were all 12-month contracts. So yeah, I'm gonna lose money every month, but I mean it shouldn't be 91 million. And so even though he was a hell of a lot of money, I mean his stats are just really really nice. I just like him. He's got an all-round game, tackling 20, he's a technique 17, work rate, he's strong. He's just got loads of lovely stats that I really really like. So yeah, I thought bollocks. He's young. I'm going for it. And I wanted two decent centre halves, which I got. A left back, I got a right back. It's pretty much I got a whole new back line to compete with the original back line I had that did a job, and a new striker. So it's the midfield I worked on a lot last year, as you saw, and this year I worked on defence again and striker. So yeah, that's the start. I'm really gutted about that whole game because out of all the games I had, that was almost a gimme, and the lads just didn't play well. I'd say the keeper didn't play well, which is why he's a backup. But yeah, that's where we're at. And so yeah, fingers crossed. Next fixtures, away at Sheffield Wednesday, and then yeah, just a lot of games coming up with Champions League, and hopefully I can tweak the formation to the way I want it to work, and it'll all be good. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I guess. All right. Okay, I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so the latest update. The January window is closed. So I'm going to give you an update on the league and all the signings I've made to this point. Let me get the mic right, Jesus. Yeah, all the signings I've made to this point, right. So last we saw, I just lost stupidly to Hull playing that system, which I gave it another go away to Sheffield Wednesday. Once again, playing a 4-4-2, and it struggled. It really surprised me. Yeah, performance wasn't bad, but we let in too many chances in on goal, so I was not happy at all. So, what did I do? I think I tried something similar but different, where I had the fullbacks push forward but no runs, so they were just pretty much there to receive the ball off the centre halves to give to the centre mids or the wingers. Yeah, you can see. I mean, again, not the worst performance. A couple of people let me down, but generally not that convincing. So a really bad start in the Champions League with that performance. So then I changed it. I went to Stoke. I went back to my old formation, and I put on the right midfielder, no runs forward, because my right midfielder is normally the one that wins the ball back more anyway. And I just wanted him to sort of not. I wanted one of them at least always to be on for a pass to control the game a bit better. Now that seemed to have helped. Again, not convincing, but good enough. Anyway, so the results were pretty solid after this. This was just a keeper. My keeper got a 5. Really disappointed, played really well. So again, Champions League at that point was looking pretty bleak. But I persevered with that way because the actual performances were improving. Went away to Spurs 1-1-0. Went away to PSG 2-1. And after that, I went pretty much unbeaten for a very long time in the league. I beat Chelsea at home. You can see the results. Harger conceding a goal, which is lovely. Even the PSG game, which was 0-0, I played really well. Struggling to get a lot of goals out of Jesus and Plie. My next loss was away to Real Madrid. But before I get to that, I guess I should say that the Champions League group, I had PSG, Napoli and Ajax. I lost and drew in my first game. And then I won and drew. So it was quite tight. And in the end, I went winning the group by beating Napoli at home and Ajax away to win the group, which was lovely. Then I got put in a group with Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and who's the other team in the group? And Sporting Lisbon. So tough, but not the worst. But anyway, the performances really picked up, playing well. I lost to Scunthorpe, which was unbelievable. Last minute sending off from my keeper. I didn't play well with the B team, but I lost my keeper in that one. Promising signs from the new young keeper as well, because we got outplayed there, to be honest. So that's not me. Where's the one? Where's the 2-1 win away from home? Yeah, we got slightly outplayed. It's quite even, but my keeper had a good game there, and in the Spurs game away from home where we weren't brilliant, but keeper again had a good game. So I was pretty pleased at his big game performances. But generally, performances were really good. I was robbed blind against Man United. They weren't even in the game for ages. Those three shots on target, they came after half time, and the first two shots went in. Yeah, so a little bad performance as well in the sense of defensively. Look, keeper, right back, centre half, he got fined after that. So I was really gutted because we didn't deserve to lose that one, but I figured we're playing really well. Shit happened, so I cracked on, and we've won every game since, apart from this one where we played really well. And their first shot in the game went in. Then we came back into it, was all over them, and then they got the sending off and 1-2-0 again. Shit happens, just going to move on because we're still playing really well. So Champions League, we're winning the league by 6 points, and we're 13 points clear of third. Just Man U to worry about, really, I'd suggest. And we've played a lot of these guys recently, a lot of really tough games recently. So yeah, I'd suggest our run-in Man U last game of the season. That could be interesting. But until then, I wouldn't suggest we had the hardest run-in. Champions League, yeah, we've lost and drawn our first game. That 0-0 against Inter was harsh, but what can you do? They defended well. So hopefully we get qualified for that. See how we got in Champions League. But the league is the main aim this year, I guess. Signings. So I got a big bid for Perez, and he was homesick. So he joined Leicester, as you do. I got a big bid for Perez from a couple of teams, and I made them fight for him, and they ended up offering 7.75. So I accepted it because I knew I wanted new wingers anyway, and I thought, why not? So I brought in Burke. Now I like this guy. I think he's a potentially worldy winger at 22 years old. His stats are fantastic. That's a 12-month deal. So again, not paying all that now, but he's got everything you want from a winger. Absolutely everything. I think he's fantastic. So yeah, I paid the money. I can afford him, and there's not many players I need to sign from now on. And I got him for 44 million, which is massive money, really. And then Dennis Johnson, who's going to be a fantastic left winger for 9 million from Ajax, who again has everything you need. So I've got two new wingers. So the team's shaping up. The only thing I really want to do now is Cole back at the end of the year will go into the reserves or be sold. And I want to buy. I've been trying to get Diarra in my team. I want to buy an all-action player, like work rate tackling, jumping, a real ball winner to compete with Desart in midfield. And yeah, so that's the only player I'm really looking for. Tierney's been a bit hit and miss at left back. He's done okay, but I've dropped him now because Taylor's come in and done well, and he's going to get a good run of games. But I'm not sure about left back at the moment. Henriks has been solid. Zappacosta again hit and miss. Centre halves have done relatively well considering Diop started really well. Done those 2 fives cost him his position for the last month or two. I tell you, a player has surprised me because he started the season off fantastic and has been really average ever since. So I'm not sure what to make of it, to be honest. So we're just going to persevere. But yeah, generally it's going quite well. Strikers, like I said, 10 in 19 for Plie, not great, and 5 sub. 8 in 20 for Jesus, not great. So yeah, that's just how it's going. But generally, the league, I should win the league. I should win enough consistently. They'll drop points as well. And I'm gutted, I'll be honest. Out of the 3 losses, the Chelsea red card, the Man U robbery, and the way to Hull, 3 of the losses. What was the other loss? I can't remember what the other loss was. Oh, away to Arsenal. Yeah, quite an even game actually. They scored really early. I came back into it but couldn't get an equaliser. So yeah, fair enough. Shit happens. But yeah, so it's going well, getting there anyway. But that's the latest update, guys. I don't know whether I'm gonna leave it here or play on. I'm gonna pause it and have a little break, get a cup of tea, and then if I don't, if this is the end of the video, then yeah, I'll let you know soon. Alright, guys. Yeah, I just had a little think about it. I'm feeling a bit knackered, so I'm gonna leave it there for today. and I'll come back with a new episode soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Any suggestions, then let me know, and I'll see you soon. All right, cheers, guys. Bye.